Hello, and welcome back to ArcatiumTCG. Today we're doing the elemental analysis of the Earth element Arcatium. I will show you all the spells for the element, all the notable sorcerers, and of course the almighty level 4s in the element. As usual, I'm your host Rocky. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, let's start by showing you the spells. I think it will really help you all fully grasp Earth's playstyle and how it can interact with other elements. Now, these first three spells may be familiar to you if you watched our Ebb Starter Deck profile video. But in case you haven't, here is a quick review. Let's get these out, and then let's get... First one is not that one. Where'd it go? Oh, I found it. Rock Hard. Took me a little while. This card basically makes the sorcerer it is attached to invincible. A damage reduction of 2 when attacked by another sorcerer is absolutely blasphemous. That's a big word. I cannot believe this card exists, but while it does, I will sure as heck abuse it. Okay, on to the next one, which is... Ta-da! Stealing the Stalactites. The level 2 spell that can technically board wipe your opponent if they aren't careful enough. Only downside is that it hurts you while it does so. No matter, most Earth sorcerers have high enough health to tank the hit, and paired with spells like Rock Hard to nullify enemy attack damage, I doubt these 3 damage will hurt your board so much. And, of course, last but not least, Earthquake. This one is just bigger. It is so big, in fact, that I'm pretty sure it is limited to 1 copy in competitive play. Editors, please put a picture of the most recent ban list on the screen. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment, guys. I'm not really good with the ban list. In any case, the sheer amount of damage Earthquake can dish out is absolutely diabolical, and can lead to some crazy comebacks. I can definitely see why it is limited. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure I got a comeback with one of these before. I think. Now, on to the new spells. Though there is actually one Earth spell I haven't shown you guys yet. That is the level 4 spell, Seismic Shift. Wow. Seismic Shift allows you to temporarily swap the power of 2 sorcerers on the field. However, it is not just between yours. No. You can swap the power of one of your sorcerers with that one of your opponent's. This nullifies Earth's only weakness, which is having sorcerers with really low power. Now, if your opponent has a sorcerer with high power, you can temporarily steal that power for yourself. Paired with cards like Earthquake, this could lead to some really nasty plays. Now, these spells all seem balanced in a vacuum. Even paired together, they have some drawbacks. However, now it's time to see the sorcerers that make it all work. It's time to check up on the Earth sorcerers. Alright, the first and most obvious Earth sorcerer that will help you is your level 4. I know you've been waiting for a long time to see it, so let's welcome, drumroll please, Rockabilly Rex. Wow. Ooh la la. My bad. Rockabilly Rex is the second tankiest sorcerer in the game, boasting an incredible 26 health while still maintaining a reasonable 2 power. His immense health pool allows him to cast spells like Earthquake and Stalactites without worrying about his own safety. And if he uses Seismic Shift to steal some power, his overall stats become the best in the game. Overall, the perfect Archmage for Earth. Able to carry the whole world on his back, like someone I know. Now, let's talk about the different types of deck that Earth plays an integral role in, mentioning sorcerers along the way, starting with the Ebbs. The Ebbs themselves are very notable Earth sorcerers. All of them are tanky and can get to their higher level sorcerers faster than their opponent due to their music and alchemy synergies. This lets them cast their devastating Earth spells like Stalactites early on, decimating the enemy ranks, while not hurting themselves nearly as much in proportion to their health. Furthermore, if you want to change the Ebbs playstyle a little bit, you can replace some of the Ebbs sorcerers with others. For example, Professor Gingerbread. He has the same elements as a level 1 sorcerer, that being Earth, Alchemy, Music, and Neutral, meaning you could swap him out with one of them. He has 2 power and 6 health, which makes him a bit more aggressive than Reb or Peb, which is similar. But he is a little less risky than, of course, Seb, which is like an outlier. Then we have sorcerers like Baby Monster and Monster, which Portopus was kind of lazy making their names, like Cement Monster, and then a baby one too. While these both replace their music element with water, Baby Monster can still transform into Beb and Gab due to his neutral, and Monster can go out of all level 1 EBs, and Professor Gingerbread as well. If the music spells aren't doing it for you, you could always throw in these 2 cards to try and incorporate a small water engine in your deck. Finally, there is Billy. He is a decent replacement for all level 2 in this deck if you want to run a small life engine, though his stats do hold him back a little bit. Moving on to the next deck, we have Death. We're going to do a full in-depth analysis of Death soon, because this one is one of the coolest elements in the game, in my opinion, and everyone else's opinions too. But for now, we're just going to talk about how Earth relates to Death and how much it helps Death's playstyle. First, almost every Death Sorcerer is Earth, which is kind of surprising. This is just how set 1 turned out, and I don't know if it's going to stay like that in set 2, but that's what we got for set 1. The main cards are these. Number 1, Amaklama. Number 2, Spurlek. And numero 3, Amaglama. These 2 kind of look similar, I know. Let's start with the middle one, Spurlek. He is a 2/5 Earth, Death, Dark, neutral level 1 sorcerer. He's seen less in Death, but could be played when the Dark synergy is important for the deck. The Earth typing allows him to cast Rock Hard on himself, increasing his survivability immensely. It is a similar story with Amaklama too. This one is seen more in Death because of its water typing and the fact that its Death is typically played with water. However, its Earth element does give it access to Rock Hard, exactly, making it pretty useful. Finally, we have Amaglama. This is your level 2, 2/9 Earth Water deck. Same gist as the other 2. The Earth is helpful because of just Rock Hard. Rock Hard is just really good. So, what this shows us is that Earth has 2 components to it. The wide area damage, like sealing the stalactites and Earthquake, and the protective aspect, like Rock Hard. Earth decks that have sorcerers with high health can afford to run a lot of wide area damage, while most other decks that mix in Earth use it for its protection. The final deck I want to show you is no different. This also heavily relies on the protection of Earth. Like, extremely. It needs it, you know? This deck is a Nature Fire deck. You got Warren, Fred, and Flea. It's kind of weird names in my opinion. The only, this is because that these cards cannot function without Earth. You can see with their pitiful health of 3, 3, and 5, which is really low for each of the respectable levels. If they can't cast Rock Hards on themselves, they're just cooked. They're just gonna die when they first put out. Finally, let's talk about some miscellaneous sorcerers from Earth. First, we have Mach. He is the epitome of Earth, having 10 health as a level 1 while having only 1 power. His elements are Earth, Water, Fire, and Alchemy. While his stats are impressive, his awkward typing paired with his lack of neutral makes it hard to find level 2 sorcerers he can transform into. I mean, I guess he has some monsters, so yay. Yeah. And next we got this cool, really cool looking card. Plasma Cannon Dice. This guy just doesn't make sense at all. He has 3 power and 4 health with earth, lightning, light, and dark elements. He has far too little health and far too much damage to be earth. So I guess he's kind of similar to a little gremlin we know named Seb. I can't think of a single level 2 which he transforms into. So I guess he's just there, you know. Enjoying life. Lastly, we have the duo of Brock and Spike, which doesn't kind of make sense to me because it's a broccoli and a cactus, and they don't really match together. I mean, I guess they're both green, but anyways, Brock is a level 1, 2 power, 8 health, earth, water, nature, light sorcerer, while Spike is a level 2, 3 power, 9 health, earth, nature, light sorcerer. Brock's stats are absolutely nutty for a level 1. But he doesn't have a neutral. In fact, the only sorcerer he can transform into is Spike. Spike's stats are pretty normal for level 2, and he doesn't transform into any level 3s. So, that's why there's no decks for you two, which is unfortunate, because I kind of like you two. Anyways, this was the full elemental analysis for Earth. Like if you liked, dislike if you didn't, but subscribe either way. Also, make sure to leave a comment telling us which cards shown in this video you think are the strongest. And the ones you like the most. I like the Plasma Cannon Dice the most. Anyways, I've been your host, Rocky, and this is ArcatiumTCG. Until next time.